Hello, my name is Beth Plott. I am the IMPRINT Program Manager for Alion Science and Technology. IMPRINT stands for the Improved Performance Research Integration Tool. It is a manpower, personnel, and training prediction tool owned by the U.S. Army Research Laboratory and developed by Alion Science and Technology. In this video, I'm going to show you all the really cool new features in IMPRINT version 4.6. We are really excited about the new features, and I hope that you will find them useful as you are using IMPRINT. The first new feature I'm going to show you is the new start page. I think you will learn to love this feature. Here's what it looks like. This is what you will now see when you open IMPRINT. The blue vertical area on the left shows a list of recent models that you've opened as well as their location. Simply click on the model name to open the analysis. At the bottom of the bar is an Open Other Documents link that will open the Open File dialog to open any other model not listed above. In the New Analysis section, you will see 5 options. The first one, Welcome to IMPRINT, brings up a document that has 6 tips for beginners to get them started. Clicking on the blank analysis graphic will close the start page and IMPRINT will look just like it used to. But now you can quickly start on a new operations, maintenance, or forces module simply by clicking one of the 3 new graphics. IMPRINT will load the tree view with the appropriate model, and you can get right to work on defining your data. Clicking the down arrow next to the IMPRINT library will display a list of all the library analyses included with IMPRINT. The icons to the right indicate how many models of each type are included in that analysis. For example, the attack helicopter has 3 operations model and 1 maintenance model. The Bear Lake Fire Department has 1 forces model. Similarly, by clicking the down arrow next to the plugin library area, shows you a list of all plugin models associated with installed plugins. Finally, down at the bottom, announcements from the IMPRINT team will show up in the announcements section. You can always bring the start page back up by selecting Show Start Page under the Help menu. Another time-saving feature that has been added is Model Auto Open. In version 4.6, when you open an analysis for the first time, IMPRINT will automatically expand the analysis tree and open the first model in that analysis. For any previously opened analyses, IMPRINT will remember and automatically open the last model worked on. Let's watch this. So here's my start page. Over here it shows me different models that have been opened. So if I select this one, it's now expanded my tree view and the first model is opened. This feature is going to save you from having to remember where you were working on an analysis and let you quickly see what modules are in the analysis. You've already seen on the start page we have updated the IMPRINT icons to be more distinguishable and reflective of the module contents. The new icons appear both on the start page and in the analysis tree. The next enhancement is something I am personally very happy about. As you know, all IMPRINT reports are displayed in Excel. We have updated all of the charts that were previously displayed as embedded pictures as Excel chart objects. This is really exciting because it means that you can now manipulate and customize your model chart results in any way you want. You want a different color for a series? Change it. Want to change the axis range? Go right ahead. So let's go back to IMPRINT. And I'll open up my reports here. So this shows me the operator workload graph. So if I don't want my default range to be 0 to 45, I can go over here and change it. Let's say we want it to be to 50 so we can match another report. I can go over that axis and change it. My chart's going to update. I can go to my sequence chart and change some of the fill colors to something else I want. Same thing with my mission histogram reports. I can change my colors there or my ranges. Same with my task sequence driver report. So you can really customize all the charts to match whatever you need for your reporting. I think it's going to be really helpful for documenting your models. All the IMPRINT documentation has been updated. This includes the user's manual, installation guide, analysis guide, quick start guides for operations, maintenance, forces, and MMF, plug-in user guides, tutorials for operations, maintenance, and forces, and user plug-in models. The help has been also updated to be responsive HTML format. This means the format will change according to your browser window size. So let's open IMPRINT again. We'll go to help and look at our help. So by default it's a nice layout like this, kind of standard, but if I resize my window it becomes different layouts, so my icons move. So this will be more responsive to whatever size your browser window is. Some small enhancements that have been added, like that, adding the ability to hide obsolete specialties and showing tooltips for the whole body vibration PSF. So for our specialties, let's go back to my start page. I'm going to open the sample model. So if I double click on my warfighter node here and go to select specialties, I now have an option to hide the obsolete ones. We left them in the database so that any old models could still be referenced. The report viewer has been updated so that the same time format options available in IMPRINT are also available here. So you can see from the report viewer I now have a time format drop-down where I can pick any of these formats that are also in IMPRINT. Everything I've shown you so far has been general improvements to IMPRINT. The following apply only to the operations module. This is another new feature that I think our users will use a lot. IMPRINT will now allow you to automatically customize a task node based on who the primary operator is. Let me show you how this works. So if I expand my warfighters node and my operators node, and then I open one of the operators description windows by double clicking on them. Once it's open, I'm going to go pick my task node sub-tab. From here I can enable and disable the customized task on a per operator basis. If enabled, like I can just check that box, you can set the task node shape, background color, text color, and then I can apply it to all tasks. By clicking that Apply to All Tasks button, IMPRINT will change the appearance of all tasks in the analysis for whom that selected operator is primary. Any new task will automatically use the custom settings. So let's see if I change my all my tasks for my signals analyst to this nice bright green and select Apply to All Tasks. When I go look at my mission diagram, my signals analyst tasks are all showing up in bright green. If I don't like that color, I can come back and say, okay, that's a little too bright for me. I think I'm going to use this nice light coral color. So let's apply that to all tasks. If I go back up to my mission diagram again, now they're all this light coral. Isn't that neat? Previously, when you closed an expanded code box using the X in the upper right corner, all code changes were canceled. Now the X saves as a save and close, so no changes are lost. We are happy to announce that 2 new plugins have been added to IMPRINT version 4.6. The first plugin is the JAS plugin. JAS stands for the Job Assessment Software System. JAS is a computer-based survey tool used to define and measure human aptitudes required to do a job. A new version of JAS has recently been developed by the U.S. Army Research Laboratory. The JAS plugin is now available as an option installation item with IMPRINT. When you install the JAS plugin, the user guide and sample model become available. So let's go back to IMPRINT. I'm now going to open the JAS sample model by going back to my help screen, or my start page, and selecting expanding my plugin modules, and selecting my JAS sample model. So if I now go to my warfighters and I open one of my operator description windows, I now have, with the JAS plugin installed, a new JAS tab appears on the window. If I click that tab and then click on the View button, I can see all of the 50 skills and abilities that make up those 8 major categories. If I click the Edit button, I can actually change any of those scores. By default, we created a library for all Army MOSs and all specialties in IMPRINT that bring in default data from ONET, which is the Department of Labor Skills and Ability database. There is also a new Import from JAS option under the Utilities menu that allows you to import data directly from your JAS analysis. After running your model, you now have the option of viewing JAS charts and data. What gets displayed is a spider chart that looks like what you're seeing on the screen, showing the 8 major skill and ability categories along with the JAS data and the average IMPRINT workload data. This means users can compare high-level JAS aptitudes with IMPRINT workload requirements. This should allow users to determine procedures and tasks that are potentially not a good fit for a particular specialty. The next plugin is the new Target Training Effects plugin. Target, which stands for Training Aid, Research and Guidance for Effective Training, is a web-based tool and database of training effectiveness research findings that provide information on the relationships between training methods and performance. I'm now going to open the Target sample model. It's included with IMPRINT. So I'll go back to my start page again. Go to my plugin library. Open my Target sample model. So with the Target plugin installed and I open the PSF window, I now have an option for Target Training Effects. So I can turn it on or off for my individual model. When I click the Settings button, I get a window that displays the plugin settings. I can select a training method from the drop-down box, and the transfer ratio data for that selected training method will show below it. For transfer ratios above 1 mean the training was effective, and transfer ratios below 1 meaning the training was not effective. So from Target, there is now an option under Documents to export to IMPRINT. When I select that, I can create an Excel sheet that has the updated data from Target or the latest data. And when I go back into IMPRINT, I can import that data just by selecting Import from Target. Thank you for taking the time to see the new features in IMPRINT. We sincerely hope that you love using them as much as we did designing, coding, testing, and documenting them. My email address is bplot@alionscience.com. If you do not already have IMPRINT and would like to request it, you can contact ARL at this super long email on this slide. Happy modeling!